Authorities say the terror suspect's intentions were made clear in encrypted messages coming from ISIS members in Iraq and Syria. The arrests were made on Sunday in 2 different cities in France. Investigators say documents were recovered detailing some of the plans. Police also say they found firearms and ammunition. John.
Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein wants a recount in 3 battleground states, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. She's raised more than $4 million to make this happen. This comes after computer experts have raised questions about the possible hacking of voting machines. Dr. Jill Stein joins us this morning to talk about this all. Dr. Stein, thanks so much for being with us. Do you think this election was stolen?
We don't have raised serious questions. What we do know is that this was a hack-riddled election. We saw hacks into voter databases, into party databases, and we know that we have an election system that relies on computerized electronic equipment, which is wide open to hacks, which has very primitive security from, in many cases, a decade ago or more, and staff that's really not trained in security. So it's extremely vulnerable. Americans deserve to have confidence in our vote.
Dr. The computer scientists say that they see patterns which may raise some questions, but they admit that in and of itself is not evidence.
No, and the computer experts are very frank about this. We do not quality assurance on your airplane in order to have safeguards to be sure it's not going to crash. So it's very important that we look at the votes. Unless we look at the votes, we wouldn't see evidence of hacking. Hacking is subtle. You have to actually examine the vote and compare that result with your electronic result. That's the only way that we will know. And in fact, our voting system should have that kind of assurance built into it so that there's automatic auditing taking place to make sure that we are not being hacked.
I think everyone certainly agrees with you that they want free and fair elections. However, we all know that elections sometimes are very close. Elections that are completely free and fair are often very close. And the Clinton campaign itself doesn't seem to be raising any direct questions here. But there are people wondering if you, and you're admittedly on the left side of this debate, if you would be doing this had Hillary Clinton won this election.
There's no question I would, and I was asked repeatedly throughout the election that if there are concerns raised about the validity of the vote or its vulnerability, or there are questions raised about there having been tampering with the vote, would I challenge? And I was very clear that it didn't matter who the winner was going to be. This is something I would do, and it's actually something that the Green Party has done back in 2004, when there was very
but that too,
clear
in 2004, though, the reason people,
not, and it was very clear during the election that I did not favor either candidate, and I was repeatedly asked, given a choice between the two, who do you favor? And the American people don't trust, in fact, and both of the candidates were the highest level of distrust and dislike in our history. And in my view, we as voters also need open debates. We need a voting system that allows us to vote our values. And not our fears. This is the first of many reforms that the American people deserve.
Dr. Stein, last time I checked, Donald Trump was leading Hillary Clinton by about 10,000 votes in Michigan. You received about 50,000 votes in Michigan. Last time I checked, Donald Trump was leading Hillary Clinton by about 22 2,000 votes. In Wisconsin, you received 30,000 votes in Wisconsin. Do you think you helped elect Donald Trump?
That night, based on in any state, and remember,
The third-party
Donald
candidates
Trump,
may have helped tip this election. I mean, you received 50,000 votes in Michigan. Hillary Clinton is down by 10 there. So you don't think you helped swing Michigan to Donald
Well,
Trump?
remember the election was decided. Remember the election was decided that night. Based on the numbers, more than 60% of Green voters would have stayed home. So were I not, and of the remainder, over a third would have voted for Donald Trump. So it's actually not true that Green votes would have automatically gone to Hillary Clinton. If you actually do the math, and you look at the numbers, it's very clear that had I been absent from that vote on election day, that the results would have been absolutely no different in any state.
Dr. Jill Stein, hope you enjoy this holiday week, the long Thanksgiving / New Day. Brooke?
Erman, thank you. Today is Black Friday. So if you want to get out and grab the best deals, we will tell you exactly what you should go for. Coming up next, we'll talk to the CEO of Macy's to talk about the annual holiday shopping frenzy.
Where will the lead take us today?
Willing to go along.
All the way,
What is going on in Ferguson, Missouri, in downtown America?
maybe all the way to the president.
Do you think you were naive back then?
The Lead with Jake Tapper. Weekdays at 4.
Hello, I'm CNN's Richard Quest. I watch CNN Go wherever I may find myself. It's really very simple. First, grab your phone or tablet. Oh, thank you. Press TV, select CNN International, and log in with your TV provider. CNN International on CNN Go. The best way to watch CNN anytime, anywhere. Ah, what a view.
night at Macy's flagship store in New York City. Shoppers rushing through the doors last night looking to score some early deals. By the way, the doors have been open ever since. And so we get to talk to Macy's CEO Terry Lundgren this morning. Terry, good morning.
Good morning, Brooke.
You know, I remember being 13. My parents took me to New York City for the very first time. I saw the parade and I made them take me to Macy's because it's just so famous and so well respected. And so when you look at all the people, you know, cramming through your doors, how many thousands of people have you seen so far?
Those big rush of people coming in, that was just one door, by the way. We have multiple doors here. We counted 16 prior to our opening. We finished a big meal. You want to do something with the family, walk off some of the turkey, and what better way to do it than right here? We saw a lot of that last night.
Terry, tell me, what are the top, say, 3 items people are racing for?
Okay, so fragrances is a big deal. I mean, always, we're one of the largest sellers of prestige fragrance in the world, honestly, and so that was a big deal. But interestingly, there's a gift set that's only available. Technology at the other end, quite good, and then apparel. I mean, it's finally getting a little cold, and so we're selling, of course, the cold weather apparel. Finally. It's been like a year since we sold cold weather apparel.
Amazing. It is getting chilly out there. You're feeling it. People are selling the Christmas trees on the street corner here. But one item people can't get, just a quick question. Of course, the last time we talked to you, Trump has been elected president. We know that Macy's made the big decision to yank his menswear line because of what he said about, you know, Mexicans.
You really cannot have that, right? And so we sell to everybody at Macy's. So I wouldn't have a Hillary Clinton, you know, line either, as I've said before. So to me, that decision is as clearly made and was the right decision to make.
Terry, what about that parade yesterday? I mean, we were all sitting here on TV watching it. All the kiddos ran to CNN so we could watch over Columbus Circle. I mean, it was the 90th year. What was it like to see for you?
So amazing for me. You know, I was there with a big group of all of my family and my wife, my daughter. My grandson now, brand new little guy, and for him just to be there and experience it, you know, with me. I've been sitting and so, I mean, I can't say enough about my team that can pull that event off the way that we do. Wants it to be cold weather traffic in our stores.
Balloons flying high. It was gorgeous. Hey, congratulations, Terry, on the addition to your family, and thank you.
We will debate that next.
And coming up on Sunday night on Parts Unknown.
And cured meats, and if you're lucky, fresh eggs.
Oh, there we go.
There we start. That's the tongue, ox tongue.
Yep.
That's the foot. The pig's
Right.
good. May I?
Yes, please.
The food from Minas Gerais has nothing to do with our climate.
Yeah, you're right.
Nothing.
This is cold weather food.
Yes. Smell is nice.
Yeah, right?
It's a very comfort food, isn't it? He prepares the tongue.
Beautiful.
Every stage does it.
You have a great culinary family tradition here of flavors. You have fantastic ingredients. But in upper class Belo Horizonte, people that are insecure about their food until recently. Where did this come from?
It's a plague. Italian and French food.
I used to say it's a complex,
Right.
like a trauma from who colonized us. So they impose it.
Right.
We have excellent products, good products in France. They make good food in France with their products. But here, let's make the same technique, but with our products. We started saying, listen, this is good. Put in your restaurant.